Beyond the Podium, sponsored by Community Health Network MD Anderson Cancer Center. Innovative cancer treatment close to home. Together, we're making cancer history.
Hello, I'm Anne-Marie Tiernan, and you're watching Beyond the Podium. We are now approaching the final weekend of competition for the 2026 Winter Olympics in Northern Italy. And there have been so many storylines to follow, some exciting and inspiring, others exposing the challenges. In skating, Ilya Malinin broke his silence after his free skate performance. The 21-year-old admitting he just wasn't ready for the bright lights of the Olympic competition. So much pressure. In fact, he wanted to compete in Beijing in 2022, so he would have been ready for the pressure this time around. The quad god trying to learn from this Olympic experience.
Something I did not expect even at, my level. I thought that, if I won it, I would have gotten more comments, but I think I got more just for the support, just to show me, that this is part of, sport. This is part of what we do, and we always have good days and bad days, but again, we learn more from failure. I think it's something that a lot of athletes would not want to deal with, is having a bad performance, especially on the biggest stage of their life. But again, I'm always reminding myself that this is sport, this is part of it, and you learn more from losing than you do winning.
The U.S. women's hockey team is celebrating right now. They are the Olympic champions. They got the gold. They beat Canada in the finals. It's the first Olympic gold for the U.S. since 2018 back in Pyeongchang. And this team, they won in convincing fashion. They steamrolled over the entire field, convincing everyone that this might be the best women's hockey team in our nation's history.
Too good all tournament to we knew we were just once one come, it was our game, and we just kept believing in that, and their game.
Can't ever count us out. Everyone's going to step and rise and do their job, and we saw that tonight. We saw that throughout the tournament, and I'm so excited that we get to share this success at the end.
We never lost faith. Even when it was 3 minutes left, we hadn't tied it yet. It was just we were chipping away. We had the momentum, and I knew that once we scored that tying goal that we had the momentum, and things were more in our favor. But yeah, it was an emotional roller coaster, but it's a gold medal game for you.
The talent that is in that room when we're there, and the belief, it's unbelievable. So I've been journaling, and I'm going to go back and just kind of read what I've been doing, because I honestly think it's amazing, and to be able to look back on this in the future is going to be awesome.
It's been so fun to watch Team USA women's hockey team just dominate here at the Olympics. Our Corey Miller from St. Louis has been following them every step of the way. They have just dominated.
Listen, there's winning, and then there's whatever the U.S. team decided to do this Olympics, because it has been domination. They're not just winning, they're winning by an average of 5 goals a game. They had the longest shutout streak in Olympic history during this gold medal run, and they got to beat Canada to top it all off.
Yeah, definitely unstoppable. What do you think really were the key elements that just made them seem so much far and ahead than their competitors?
So they came into this with one goal, and I know every Olympic team is going to say that. That's the cliche, but the Americans lost the gold medal last Olympics to Canada. That didn't sit so right, especially a lot of returning veterans. They wanted some revenge. They came in with a mindset of, hey, it's this or nothing, and they were able to supplement that with younger players who really kind of stepped up and filled their roles. And there's just so much talent on this team from top to bottom. Doesn't matter what line you throw out there, they're going to get it done.
Well, it is a team sport. It is a deep roster. Who would you say are some of the stars that really are leading the way?
So Hillary Knight, of course, the captain, everybody's going to talk about, going out on top with another Olympic gold. But the coolest thing about this team is you've got veterans like Hillary Knight, like Alex Carpenter, like Kendall Coyne-Schofield, but then you've got younger players like Joy Dunn, like Caroline Harvey, like Abby Murphy, who just jump off the page with their talent and their speed and their athleticism. And then you think we're going to see them for a couple more Olympics probably. So I think it's the mix of the younger and the older players that's just kind of hitting that perfect balance that's really catapulted them to this gold medal.
And this is one of those sports that really does have that support from the NCAA level, right? Because women's hockey in college really kind of helps fuel the system.
Women's hockey in college has never been played at a higher level, had more kind of influence on the game. You know, Layla Edwards and Caroline Harvey from Wisconsin, some of the best players in college, are helping drive this gold medal.
Yeah, and you think it's going to attract more young athletes in the years
That's
to come.
That's the plan.
All right, Corey, thank you. Chris Egan from Seattle joins us now to talk about men's hockey. The chase for gold continues. That gold medal game set for Sunday, the same day as closing ceremony. What a finish. How wonderful would it be if Team USA is there?
Well, it would be incredible, but I just have to start with hockey here in Milan. It has been the hot ticket. They brought in NHL players. We saw professional players on the women's side. I've been at several of the games, men's and women's games. The venues have been packed. The ratings have been great for hockey during these Olympic Games. And Emery, you talk about Team USA. This is a team, they have not won a medal since the Vancouver Games back in 2010. But thanks to the NHL players being on Team USA, this could be one of the best Team USA rosters of all time.
Whether you win in regulation, win in overtime, I think for us it's just we're still alive, we're still cruising, and so stay together as a team, build that resiliency, and just keep chugging forward.
Play the Olympics. You have to beat the best to achieve everything that you want. So
ride the wind, ride the wave, just keep going with it. It's one of the greatest moments of my entire life. This is one of the greatest things that's ever happened to me, being on this team representing this country, and I don't want it to end, so really want to win the next one.
Well, these NHL players very happy to be representing the United States here in Milan. And Emery, I do have to say one thing. Before these games started, there was a lot of stories about the new hockey venue. Would it be ready? There was concerns about that. I have to applaud everyone here in Milan because it is a first-class hockey venue. I've been to plenty of them around the United States, even the one in Seattle, which is state-of-the-art. And it's been great. I have not heard many complaints from any of the NHL players at all, so kudos to Milan.
Well, and as always the thing is that the athletes, they're all competing on the same ice, right? Yeah. So it's kind of a level playing field for everyone, whether it's what you want it to be or not. You had mentioned earlier about that gold medal game in Vancouver. Team USA losing to host country Canada. I mean, that was a memorable moment, but still, in the 30 years that you've been covering sports, it is the men's hockey team years before that really solidified a memory for you.
You're giving me goosebumps right now thinking about these rivalries, thinking about that long plane ride home over the border for the U.S. back in those Vancouver games. Some of them crossing the border on buses and just devastated.
Yeah, I remember.
And then we'll be talking about it later on the show, 1980. I mean, I love Rudy. I really do. I love Hoosiers, and I know you love Hoosiers too.
Yes, I do.
But for me, the #1 sports movie, Miracle. I mean, it's just, Herb Brooks, that story is absolutely fascinating. If somehow the USA could get that here, be pretty sweet too.
Well, they got past Sweden, so now the finals, hopefully.
We'll see.
All right. It's now 46 years since the Miracle on Ice, and most have heard that famous "Do You Believe in Miracles" call by legendary broadcaster Al Michaels. But there was another voice in the arena that night, painting a picture in the airways. Cleveland's Jay Crawford has that story.
Lake Placid, New York, a quiet town nestled in the Adirondack Mountains. Also, the scene of one of the most epic moments in Olympic history.
They're cheering the U.S. on!
For Sandy Calagiore, it was an experience of a lifetime. Back in 1980, while working at a small radio station, Sandy would be part of something really big.
To have the Olympics kind of really just drop into our laps, I mean, that was manna from heaven.
WNBZ was a radio station with 1,000 watts of power in nearby Saranac Lake, a very small station. The AM station didn't broadcast any live sports during the Olympics, but that all changed on February 22nd, 1980. Upstate New York heard Sandy's voice crackling on the airwaves as he painted a picture of a men's hockey game. A true David versus Goliath showdown. The young and inexperienced United States against the powerhouse of the Soviet Union.
We had no idea what we were getting ourselves into on that Friday night here in this building.
11 and a half left in the game. Baker, left wing lead to Silk.
The feeling in the building that night, it was palpable.
Silk up to the Soviet line. He cuts in, feeds it in front. Score! Mark Johnson!
This team came along at the right time where people could hang their hat on them. And this team had no idea that they were doing this for the country, but they were.
Still in the zone, picked up by Eruzione.
And then Eruzione scored the winner halfway through the third period. Wow.
Cuts in, shoots, goal!
The roof was headed off that building.
Mike Eruzione, and the United States leads it 4-3.
It was an atmosphere the likes of which I had never seen before or since.
And watching all of the drama unfold in the same rink as Al Michaels with his famous call, Sandy also thought he was witnessing a miracle.
They thought it was impossible. The United States has upset the Soviet Union.
He says do you believe in miracles? And I say,
I can't believe it. This is a miracle. I can't believe it.
Well, it must have been a miracle. It's the only thing we can explain. It must have been a miracle.
Over 45 years later, the underdog story of the miracle on ice is iconic. Sandy, still recognized as the voice that painted the pictures of such a historic night.
But it's nice that others think so highly of the moment and have connected me with it at a certain level. And it's a very cool thing, very cool.
After the break, a candid conversation. We catch up with Olympian figure skater Peggy Fleming, reminiscing about winning gold and sharing what keeps her busy now. You're watching Beyond the Podium. Peggy Fleming won figure skating gold in France in 1968 at the Olympics, and ever since then she's been very active. Denver's Matt Renew caught up with her, and she's got a lot of things she's supporting. Current figure skaters, breast cancer awareness screening, and also painting.
There have been some amazing athletes in figure skating, but few have captured the hearts of Americans like Peggy Fleming.
I started when I was 9 years old. And I won my first championship. And then the next championship, I came in dead last.
Her Colorado home is filled with a lifetime of skating.
We did a lot of fundraising.
And Olympic memorabilia.
This is a 1936 Olympic flag.
She also still has her first skating trophy earned at the age of 9.
It's 1960.
By 12, Fleming was an up-and-coming athlete on the U.S. figure skating team when tragedy forever shaped her career.
It took all the top coaches in the whole country, and I was 12 when it happened.
In 1961, 18 members of the U.S. figure skating team died in a plane crash near Brussels.
Wiped our sport out. It took us a long time to build back up.
Fleming became part of the rebuilding. At that time, training at the Broadmoor in Colorado Springs, she would win 3 world titles. Then, in 1968, she skated at the Winter Olympics in France.
People were paying attention to choreography and music choices and costume choices.
Her costume was a dress her mother made, now on display at the U.S. Olympic and Paralympic Museum in Colorado Springs.
My mother made it, and she made the choice of choosing chartreuse. And she thought that's like a new beginning, a new life.
It helped. At those Olympics, Peggy won the only gold medal for the United States.
That doesn't happen anymore.
Then the best female figure skater in the world stepped away from professional competitions, performing at ice shows and working nearly 3 decades as an ABC commentator.
I did 28 years with ABC, covering skating, and it was fun. It was like a traveling family.
It was a busy life that in 1998,
I was lucky. I felt very lucky.
took an unexpected turn when Peggy was diagnosed with breast cancer.
I happened to stretch. I was tired and stretched in front of the mirror, and I thought it was a pulled muscle, and I didn't have it on the other side.
By her side the entire time,
We've been married 55 years.
her husband Gray,
And these are our 3 grandsons.
and a growing family.
We're so grateful. We've got, 2 wonderful sons and 3 grandsons.
These days, Peggy's focused on painting and creating art.
Focusing on details.
But she's still rooted in skating. She helped install a bench at the Broadmoor honoring her 1961 teammates.
And I said, we should have something there that people can read and they know what happened. And they ended up doing this beautiful plaque.
We don't believe there are any survivors.
Memories that flooded back when Flight 5342 crashed into a Black Hawk Army helicopter over Washington, D.C., killing 11 skaters and 4 coaches.
That was devastating. It was, you just couldn't believe it that it happened again. And we lost so many young skaters and coaches and parents and friends.
Now Fleming says U.S. figure skating has to pick itself up again.
And I think that's true of any athlete. I think when you test yourself to be the best that you can be.
With a resilience Fleming showed the world 58 years ago. And with a busy life of grace on and off the ice.
It's been a great life. It's been way too busy though.
Up next, Gelato King. Meet the man who's a real-life version of Willy Wonka. He's got unusual flavors, and he always makes people smile. This is Beyond the Podium. Italians love their gelato. It's like ice cream, but it's got more milk than cream. Scott Swan and Steve Rhodes from Indianapolis met a man who loves this sweet treat.
Okay, welcome in San Gimignano. My name is Sergio Dondoli. I am the Italian Gelato King. Italian Gelato King. Somebody tell me that. It's not for me.
For Italians, this is more than dessert.
Yes, gelato, so ice cream.
Do you like gelato?
So much. Of course, I'm Italian.
It's tradition.
I love it. Maybe you can see it.
It's artistry.
This one has little pine nuts in it.
It's a moment of shared joy.
Oh my God, this is so good.
You come in American TV, come on.
And no one embodies that spirit more
Gelato
than Sergio Dondoli.
What can I say? This is my life.
Mr. Dondoli is always creating new tasties.
We have to be very precise.
Using even local products like the saffron.
Yes, the most famous one.
Ones he made with oyster.
Gorgonzola and chocolate.
Ones he made with olives.
Espresso.
Pistachio.
Blueberry and ricotta.
Mango.
The Vernaccia wine as well.
Okay, I love everyone, come on. I cannot choose.
Fancy flavors aside,
all right.
Sergio will tell you
Let me put in.
The real secret to success is simplicity. He uses only organic local ingredients. The milk comes from a nearby farm. And yes, sometimes Sergio even milks the cow himself.
It's better I don't look inside. A quarter scoop. Come on.
Wander anywhere in Italy, and you'll see the signs.
Gelato.
But if you want the royal standard,
The best place for gelato in the world.
travel to Tuscany. Listen for the laugh. And look for the line.
Many people, many kilometers just to come to try gelato. And then they see the tower too. Oh, wonderful place.
The Gelato King's Court is always open.
You don't look of the hour. Come on, how long I have been working? No. You want to have just happiness for all the day. And when you come back at home, wow, for you, you will be happy because you've done what you really love.
You are the king.
Yes.
Coming up, sneak peek. We take you to Verona, Italy, the site of the closing ceremony for the 2026 Milan Cortina Winter Olympics. The 2026 Winter Olympics are winding down. Closing ceremony is coming up next. That's going to be hosted outside of Milan in Verona at a very, very old amphitheater. Matt Renew takes us there.
In the historic city of Verona, David D'Acomo.
My name is Davide D'Acomo, and I'm the responsible of the educational area for the Arena di Verona Foundation.
Is inside one of Italy's most historic places.
Built around the 1st century AD,
the Arena di Verona has been standing for nearly 2,000 years and is actually 20 years older than the Roman Colosseum in Rome and has seen a lot of action.
Spectacular events took place in the amphitheater.
Gladiators fought here, and the arena was once flooded to recreate Greek naval battles.
Flooded with water from the Adige River, and with small boats, the great sea battles of antiquity were reenacted.
More recently, Buffalo Bill performed his wild circus here, in a place where 30,000 Romans once sat.
The arena could accommodate up to 30,000 spectators, an impressive number considering the construction techniques of the time.
But an earthquake damaged the upper ring of the arena. Now only a part of that original structure still stands. And today it seats 10,000 people who now watch from the same seats Romans sat in thousands of years ago.
It's the same seat where the Romans seated in the past.
Inside an arena that when you first walk in, takes your breath away.
First time when I come inside into the arena, it was without hair in my body.
With amazing acoustics amplifying the Arena Verona Summer Concert Series, with music performed on the world's largest opera stage every summer.
On the largest opera stage in the world, 50 summer evenings of unforgettable emotions.
With this arena's biggest act yet to come as the site for the 2026 Winter Olympic closing ceremony, tucked inside this 450-foot by 400-foot arena.
Dimensions that ensured perfect visibility.
That David says will offer a close-up view of Italian history.
10,000 people live the same emotion at the same time.
In a space as historic as it gets.
This creates a connection, and it's very important.
And that is a wrap of our final edition of Tegna's Beyond the Podium from the 2026 Winter Olympics. We hope that you've enjoyed the stories that we've gone out and covered and brought to you. It's been so much fun to share them with you. From our entire team of journalists, coast to coast, thank you for watching. Ciao and arrivederci.
Beyond the Podium, sponsored by Community Health Network MD Anderson Cancer Center. Innovative cancer treatment close to home. Together, we're making cancer history.